live today at No Turning Back Ministry, and I want to get a lot of our Facebook viewers involved with what we're doing today with at No Turning Back, and kind of, you know, they've heard about No Turning Back on our Facebook page, but they've really never heard from you. I mean, I do testimonies of you guys before and after you get here, but what I want the viewers to know today is I want them to hear from you. I want you to tell them firsthand what it's like to come here and about your transition from prison and then to the free world. So this is a group discussion. So I want to start and just, you know, ask anybody to just kind of step up and, you know, what's it like being in prison and all of a sudden being into a transitional house on the outside. So anybody want to start off?
You know what?
What is your name, sir?
Clint.
All right.
The difference is, on the inside, you surround yourself by nothing but Christian brothers. You're surrounded, you're in the Word, you're into this, you're into that, and then you get out. And then, if you don't go to a Christian environment, a transitional life, you're not surrounding yourself by them same Christian brothers. When you put yourself in an environment like this, you keep that zeal up, you keep staying positive, you keep doing the things you need to do to stay motivated. You're around Christian brothers. And a lot of times it's hard for Christians, young Christians coming out of prison, to get out and keep that same zeal up because the world overtakes them. But when you surround yourself with Christian brothers, it keeps that zeal up. You get positive everywhere you turn. You're around a Christian brother, so you don't lose it. You may lose the spirit for a second, but the minute you run into another Christian brother, you get it right back up. If you don't come to a place like this, you're not going to have that same zeal. Yeah. You're going to get surrounded by society. You're going to get ate up by the negative in the news, the negative this, the negative that. It's hard.
Right.
And I was always one to down a transition. Like, man, I don't want to go there, man. It's nothing. Until I went to one, I was like, you know what? It changed my life. Because I kept in that same mind frame when you first get out. And that's the hardest thing. The first 3 months you get out, that's the hardest thing, is to stay in that same mind frame, stay in that same Christian atmosphere. If you don't do it, you're going to start sliding back. But once you, like in prison, you get in a routine in prison. You get in a routine in the world. Your first 3 months is going to set your routine up. Could be for the rest of your life.
Right.
Good or bad. You can either go back to prison or you can set yourself up in a positive Christian way. And that's what No Turning Back's done for me.
Right. And you're a fine example of success and exactly what we want here at No Turning Back Ministry. You started out, you came, you know, and your grandmother, she painted this awful picture of this vicious guy. And I'm like, when he came to the door, I'm like, I was waiting for Clint, this big, you know, bulked up, bald-headed dude with tattoos all over him and tattoos on his face. And we came to the door, and it was like, I'm like, surely you're not Clint. Well, anyways, he was an ag seg for 5 years before he came. His grandmother painted a picture of him, you know, and she had every right to, because he was very violent. He didn't know how to, you know, make it on the outside. He lost his, you know, his father, and you know, but when he came to No Turning Back, we saw, I mean, he had the favor of the Lord, and he hung in there. And one thing I can say about Clint, you know, the odds were against him, but he never gave up. It was just one thing after another. The next day he had a job. The next couple weeks he got an achievement award. 2 weeks later he was on the front page of the Burleson Star. He met a wife, his wife today, she's a Bible school teacher from Pantego Bible Church, and his life is good today. It went real smooth with Clint, and you know, the thing about it is he never gave up, and today he's living a free, happy life, and he has the things that everybody else in life has. You know, he's got a brand new car that he got. He's got a virtuous woman that we all strive to have, a good woman that's not going to get him to the dope house, but a woman that's going to bring him to church, and that's ultimately what we want.
But it wasn't easy. I don't want to make it seem like it was easy, because we had ups and downs. We had our
Right,
confrontations.
right. Keep it real, yeah.
We had our confrontations, but you never gave up on me. The guys at the house never gave up, and I never lost hope, because I was surrounded by Christians. So I never lost the zeal or the hope.
Right.
I mean, but it's not easy. You're going to go through struggles just like every day. But living a Christian life taught me how to deal with them in a different way. Instead of turning a negative into another negative,
Right.
I can turn that negative into a positive and learn from it.
Right.
But not at one. It was, yeah, I've had a lot of things go my way, but it wasn't always easy. We've had our confrontations. We've had struggles.
Right.
We've had situations that have arose, but it wasn't never to the extent where, hey man, I'm
You're going to
throwing
turn
in the
back to
towel.
that lifestyle.
I'm throwing
Right.
in the towel. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Right. You hung in there.
Because I hung around Christian brothers, and they kept it. When I was down, they lifted me up, and when they were down, I lifted them
So
up.
that support that you're talking about, that is, would y'all say that, having support in a transitional house is good for y'all when you first get out of prison? Felix, you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, my name's Felix. I think that's a key factor, but one of the key factors is you gotta want to actually make that decision. Because a lot of people stay in prison, I wanna start doing right, they're living the Christian life, and as soon as they get out here, they're inundated by everything the world has to offer.
Right.
And they lose that choice that they made, that I wanted to serve God.
Right.
So now they gotta choose, hey, am I gonna keep doing the bad, or am I gonna... And it's hard, trying to actually walk with integrity when you're faced with everything out there at a click of a button.
Yeah.
And it's just, to me, I wanted to change. I did 7 years on an 8-year sentence. I lost 4 people dearly that died in prison. My mom, my grandpa, my uncle, and my dad. All died in prison. I didn't have anything. Luckily, my brother still hung in there, and he paid for me to come to this halfway house. Little did I know what I had in store for me. I had a job waiting, and I had people at the house to support me. I wanted to give up. I'm not gonna lie. I just thought it'd be easier to go do the last year I had and just go get it over with. Why be out on parole? But at that house, the support that I had with David Lee, being an awesome person to take me places, and everybody just actually working together. To me, it was great. It was a struggle. Like Clint said, we have our confrontations, and we have those that are gonna buck,
Right.
want to get let loose,
Yeah.
run wild. But us as Christian brothers, if we have that integrity and keep showing them how we're doing it,
Right.
they're gonna finally say, "I'm tired of chasing that bone, and I want what they
Right.
got."
You're going to be an example to others that come, because they're going to want what you guys have. And, today I can truly say that we have 10 guys at our house, and everybody is a success. And nobody's turning back to that old lifestyle. And I believe that it's because of, it started with one guy that came, and then and he told the other guys, this is a good place if you just keep pressing forward and don't look back when adversity hits you, that you can make it here. And it was that encouragement. Because of the encouragement, we had one man come, instead of somebody coming and saying, what can we get away with here? What can we do? And it kind of sets the stage for other bad things to happen. But, it all started with one guy coming, and then he said, this is a good place. And I've noticed that when other people come, they're going to listen to the negative or the positive, and it's gonna set the stage for the attitude for the next person,
Right.
whether it's good or bad. And so, and that's, we've had our fair share of people that came, and they were telling us what we wanted to hear, and we've had to let a lot of people go because they were just in a different kind of mindset. But today we've had a lot of guys that really want to change their life, and you're changing your lives. And I want people to know that people coming out of prison today can change their life if you just hang in there. There's going to be a lot of times where the world is going to, shut a lot of doors on you. You can't get an apartment, you can't get a job, you can't get a car. You need all these necessities, and if you ask a guy coming or in prison, what do you want? When he's on the inside, he's going to say, I want a job, and I want to work like everybody else, and I just wanna have what everybody else has, so we help, you guys get your driver's license. Everybody, almost everybody here has their driver's license. You can go freely. And, we trust you guys. And I want everybody to know that this is a place where you can come and get your life together. And we can keep you accountable. Lane, you just got out of prison.
I'm super thankful for Jimmy and Beth. I've known Jimmy and Beth about almost 2 years now. And I'd go to the Friday night class over here in the unit at Sandra Justice in Venus. And, go every Friday night or whatever. And I saw that Jimmy was a real servant and had a heart for us. I never even expected to be able to come to this transitional house. I never even really planned on coming here, but God made it happen. I was out of the Army for 3 months before I was incarcerated, right after 2 combat tours. I was a wreck. I didn't like civilians. I didn't like the world. I didn't like where my life had become. If I wouldn't have went to prison, I probably would have killed myself, or probably would have killed somebody else, or done something really horrible. I did do something horrible, obviously, because I went to prison, but, all glory to God. I'm out now, and He's restored everything. He's restored family. He's restored literally anything. He's restored tenfold beyond what I had before, and really a lot of that's, thankful to the brothers here, Jimmy and Beth, of No Turning Back. They're givers, they're not trying to just game the system. They're here just to help us with everything. I've been able to enroll in the VA, healthcare. I've been able to get my driver's license, get everything set back up to be successful in the world. And all I can do is thank God. James 1:17 tells us that every good gift comes from above, and it's true. So I'm just thankful.
Well, we're thankful for you, and we're thankful for everyone here. And I think we're a team here at No Turning Back Ministry, and that's what makes this ministry work. It's not, all that me and Beth do, but it's what everybody brings to the table. So I just wanted to share a little bit about the ministry and kind of the transitional house, and let people kind of know exactly what it's about. They hear about it, little bits and pieces, but they really don't know. But what they're gonna take from it is from you guys. What you guys are saying about it, not what we say about it. And I want them to know firsthand, your testimonies. So what we're gonna do, anybody else have anything they'd like to say? If not, then we're gonna go ahead and start our church service today. So we are at No Turning Back Church. We have our own church. So we're fixing to start our service. So is anybody else?
Give them the location of the church.
The location of the church is 106 West 2nd Street, Venus, Texas. And I urge anybody that wants to come on a Sunday to check out our church. And it's, there's a sign on the wall that says we wear flip-flops here. And you can tell by the way we're dressed here that, we're not formal. So you come as you are. And
you don't have to be to prison to come here.
That's right.
We accept anybody.
Yeah. So
we don't care. So if you think you got to be to prison to come here, you're wrong. We accept anybody. Come on, man. Look, we accept David.
Yeah. By the way, this is my brother David Cosper, and real fast, I want to just introduce everybody that is at this round table or this square table discussion today. So, what is your name, sir? Richard what? Carter. And another success story. And we're going to be hearing a lot from Richard Carter. He doesn't know it, but he's going to be sharing a lot with us. And he is a blessing to be at this ministry.
Yeah.
So, we've already met Felix. What is your name, sir?
Christopher Nolan.
He is another one that is a success here at No Turning Back. And we're going to be hearing from Chris. And I'm going to be pulling him in. We're going to be doing a one-on-one interview testimony with Chris. So, we're looking forward to that. And, yeah, but he's going to have to do something with that dude, man. I mean, did you put some 40-weight grease on that?
Hey, it looks like that hairdo from Something About Mary.
All right, sir. What is your name?
My name is David. Grateful to be here. Thank you.
All right, and we're gonna be hearing from David too.
David
So, this is, I guess, one of our newest members and,
Our toughest one.
our toughest one right here, but he's getting weak on us. He's starting, a lot of those walls are starting to come down, and he was this big tough gangsta in prison. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is what Jesus can do. Look at him. He's a gentle giant.
Yeah.
He's like he's a big old easy.
I'm waiting to get some blessing. Come on, man.
Yeah, but you know what? He's not giving up. He's hanging in there, and we're just glad to have him. And God is doing something in his life. And you know, we see transformation take place, and you know what God can do to the take it from me. I was a
Hard
hard
moment, guy, too. You know?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't one really
sure.
doing all this.
Right, but he's learning. You see, he'll tell you firsthand. He doesn't know any other way of life, and you know, this is all he. You know, coming out into the free world, robbing and stealing and all that stuff is all he knew, drugging. But now we're teaching him a different way of life, and God is really working in his life. So we're going to be hearing from Mr. Altram and all of these guys. So thank you for listening to us, and we're going to go worship the Lord. So thank you very much.